Welcome back. I'm Crystal. This is Crystal Cluster Gaming, and we have once again returned to our Battle for Azeroth leveling series, where I level from 1 to 60, talk about all the stuff that I remember from Classic, and then when Classic launches, here in just over a month, we're going to do it all over again, and we're going to learn very profoundly how much I got wrong. Which, if you've been paying attention to my videos, it's a thing, small thing, it's a lot. Let's be honest. Okay, so, if this is your first video, hi, how you doing? There's going to be links down in the description below for the playlist to this series. I always recommend watching things in order, that way you get the most non-confused. I mean, following me, so you're probably still going to get confused, but that'll help. In our last video, we are continuing our adventures in the Eastern Plaguelands, where we've been helping out the Argent Crusade / Argent Dawn / Argent something. They kind of like flip the names around every once in a while. It's kind of fun. We went over to Tyr's Hand, and we helped defeat the not-so-Scarlet Crusade. There are a bunch of undead guys that are still kind of Scarlet Crusade, which is weird. If you've been paying attention to my videos, you know it's kind of weird. We also helped the Cenarian Circle get some meat by killing some worms, and we've been just, you know, helping out around Lighthope's Chapel. So, we are now level 50, and if you're curious, it has taken us 1 day and 6 hours to get to where we are, which is, what did I just say, level 50? Level 51. Level 51. My apologies. Now that we got that out of the way, how about we get started, shall we? We're actually going to be heading back to Fiona, who we rode up to the Eastern Plaguelands with. We helped her boys, the two paladins, Gidwin and Trainer, or whatever his name is. So we've helped them out, and they're like, hey, can you go check back up on our friend? So we're going to go check back on our friend. Alright, so we have arrived at Eastwall Tavern, where we left Fiona. I think actually we left Fiona at Lightshield Tower, so she's moved since then. So let's go check up on her. So, hey Rimble, weren't you at that place with the thing? Okay. You brought us a shaman from the Earthen Ring, no less. I had no idea. I have no idea how we'll fit him on the caravan, but we'll find a way. Hello, it's glad to see you've rejoined the caravan. Trainer and Gidwin arrived here just before you. Trainer's just right there, and Gidwin, well, he's in a little bit of a mood right now. I think he's in the tower.
Cheers, mate.
Alright, here's Vex Tool, that guy that helped us prove our strength. I think it was an ambush. It is time I asked a favor of you. To the far north of Eastwall Tower is hidden among the hills the Moss Slayer capital city of Zulmasher. It was there when I was born, and it was here when I died. The traitor, Threshjin, sits on top of the ziggurat. It was my every right to be there, but he took the seat from me with his treachery and deceit. He is too strong. He is not strong, he is weak. Obtain his body, pretty please, with sugar on top. Hey boys, I'm gonna go over here.
By the light embrace.
Righteous indignation. The moss flayers of Zulmasher spit in the face of the light. They cannibalize and they criminalize. They prioritize their forces of evil over good. I advise you to remove their eyes and give rise to the demise of the goodbyes for the unwise. Yikes, Mr. Riffer. Travel north, and you'll rain them down with righteous justice and indignation. The fury that they have wrought in the eyes of the light shall be channeled through you. We got to get some troll eyes from the very angry Draenei. The corrupt one, north of here, west of Northdale, you will find the corpulent maggot beast, Bulgor. Another guy from Classic. An elite, I believe. I've lost an entire regiment to that monster. His size has no bounds. The more he eats, the bigger he gets. Take care of it, please.
Our enemies will fall.
And, buddy, Ixar the Underlord. I know we're supposed to be heading to Northdale, but that can wait, right? Besides, this lovely little goblin here is just telling me about some scourged that are even closer by. So apparently, there is a Nerubian Underlord named Ixlar. He has been trying to make a name for himself ever since the Lich King was slain. He has set up camp of undead up north. So we got a couple of trinkets we could get, or we could get a pair of gloves. Alright, let's go. So first we are going to go take care of Ixar and his friends. So let's do this. Let's have some fun, shall we? Meowster, my dear, can you do your kitty things? Thank you. Look at us, we're so awesome. Oops. I should be using tab targets. You don't hear all that useless air speeching, but that requires me to be a good hunter, and I'm just your average hunter. So we need 5 more. Oh, I cannot believe we are getting close to 60. I mean, I know that was my whole plan all along, but it's kind of crazy that we're coming basically to the home stretch, the last 9 levels. I've leveled a lot of alts in my time, so I can't say it's been a while since I've been at level 60. But it's been a while that I've done something that has felt so kind of meaningful, because we've been doing some reminiscing and stuff like that. I still have a few good stories banked in my brains, mostly because I forgot about them until recently. Like how me and my one of my WoW friends at the time raided Zul'Gurub, and we were giant, we were children, obviously, but we were very, very dumb children. We decided it was a great idea to raid ZG with our guild, and while we raided ZG with our guild, we actually were in a different channel on TeamSpeak than our guild, which led to some very powerful dramas that were always kind of amusing. Oh, there's Ixar. Let's go get him. I gotta remember that the stories with my friend were always fun. Who knows if he's gonna watch these videos? He might not even know I exist anymore. But Terranath was a paladin on the Alliance side. And I met him while he was dancing in Stormwind. He was having a bit of a dance party with a couple of folk. And I'd said his outfit looked really cool, because 14-year-old girl, you know, the outfit looked really cool. One of those pirate type shirts, black pants. This was pre-transmog. So the guy was just, you know, just having a good time. And we started chatting. He offered to help me level my warlock, which is what was my main at the time. And so we started questing together, you know, it was fun. And there got to a point where I needed some dungeons. He had a few family members that also, I think Bulgor's down this way. There he is. He also had, he had his grandfather, he had his father, he had his mother, and he had his little brother, all played with him. So we formed groups with his family, and we completed a lot of dungeons together. They power leveled me through. They helped me get my warlock mount, which was a very crazy quest at the time. They actually footed the bill for most of the Warlock mount stuff. They showed me places to farm some of the pieces, showed me where to buy some of the pieces, but I was pretty much a solo player for the most part, with the exception of my dad. And we were both broke because we just did quests, right? So here you have this entire family footing the bill for my Warlock mount. Next thing you know, I was in a guild. I was running with the Guardians of Nordrassil, I believe. I think they were first. I've been through so many raiding guilds, it's kind of hard to keep track. And, yeah, I cannot thank these people enough for this family for what they did for me, what they did for my dad, and what they did for my now husband. Because not only was I raiding Molten Core, we didn't go through Blackwing Lair. We farmed Onyxia. I can't remember if I was with the Guardians of Nordrassil to farm Onyxia. But, like, I had become a raider because of these people. They got me the skinning knife. They got me the skinning enchants. To the point where I was skinning Onyxia's cloak. Onyxia's scales for the cloak, sorry. I was the Warlock officer, so I was in control of a lot of the buff rotations. And it was all because of them. They, eventually, the family, for the most part, with the husband and wife team, the parents, they kind of went their own way, right? I only really was in groups with the mother and father once, which was the Warlock mount. But I religiously hung out with Terranath and his grandfather Banking. And that was a lot of they were the ones that contributed a lot to the raiding. They helped my dad out with quests. My dad wasn't big into the raid scene, but they were there whenever we needed them. It was crazy. Banking was this little mage, and I'm talking gnome mage, where we would run dead mines back when we were low level characters, and he was like, "You better stay in this spot. Do not move under any circumstances or you'll die." I'm like, okay, cool, no problem. So he would run around and he would start blinking and arcane explosioning all over the place. And both me and my dad on separate occasions both tried to help. You can probably guess how that went. So, you know, we hung out together. Oh shit, I forgot you can't walk over these graves or you're gonna spawn stuff. We had Molten Core on farm status, much like a lot of guilds. And after a while... Whoa. Oh, I found a pet. Our guild moved servers, so we moved with them. We went from Uldum to Uldaman or something like that, backwards and forwards. And Burning Crusade launched. Before I start talking about Burning Crusade, I do have actually one story. One fun story. Where we were trying to farm AQ on Garage. And we're all sitting there hanging out, waiting for people to get there, waiting for people to res. It was shortly after a wipe, right? And the little brother, Wancy, I think I'm saying his name right? He just kept jumping forward, just close to the first pack of baddies. And everyone's like, you're gonna get too close, you're gonna get too close. And he's like, nah, like this kid was like 12 or something. I mean, he was a funny little bugger. He was also a warlock too, so he was also my rival. He finished the Fellheart set before I did, because he had one more DKP than I did. Little brat. Anyway, so he's jumping forward. And his grandfather's going, dude, you're gonna get too close. So the the part of my guild that was paying attention stepped back. And he's, the kids, no, you guys are paranoid. Nothing's gonna happen. I've got this. And then, boosh. You hear this little kid, curse. And everyone starts running. I soul stoned. It was either Terranath or one of the other healers. Not saying Terranath healed. If he watches this video and says that, and hears me say that he healed, oh, that wasn't it, man. He hated healing. But I soul stoned the first holy caster I could find, and then we all ran for it. Only a few of us died. I think I got out in time. And we wouldn't let him live it down after a while. You just hear his grandfather on TeamSpeak going, "Somehow I told you so," just doesn't seem to cut it. But it was fun. So a few stories like that happened in the guild, because we're a bunch of crazies, just like a lot of guilds back in the day. And eventually, Burning Crusade launched. So here we are in the Burning Crusade. Oh, breadcrumb! Stand by. My duty is not over. Into the flames. This is the last time you'll see of me. I'm leaving the caravan. If you want to continue fighting by my side, hang on to his body. I can wait a little while longer. When you're ready to say goodbye, throw the body into the bonfire at the ziggurat. Well, I'm more than ready to say goodbye because I only need a couple bad guys left. So, and I'm not. These guys are pretty innocuous. So, Burning Crusade launched, and it was still me and Terranath and Banking. The little brother. It's been so long, I don't remember what happened to him, but he wasn't so much in the picture anymore. We had actually moved on to the Horde side, which is, I have said, there was a while where I mained the Alliance, and then I turned to the Horde. And it was because the Guild of Nordrassil, they more or less disbanded. There was some drama or something like that. Don't even remember why we switched Horde, but we switched Horde. So I went from being a Warlock to a Warrior, Orc Warrior. And we started over. We left the Alliance behind, we started over. Like, I PvP'd on the Alliance, I've mentioned the Knight Commander thing, but all that came to an end. After a while, leveled back up. I was the tank. I had been groomed almost from the beginning to be a tank. I tanked Murmur. I was one of the few tanks that could do it without getting severely beaten up. But we needed a healer. We needed a healer after a while, and Banking actually had met a young healer who decided to level up, and he became our mainline healer for a lot of our dungeons and stuff. And he was my husband. Is my husband. He wasn't my husband originally, but we hung out just like Terranath and I, just like Bank and I, and here we are. We raided Black Temple, we raided Karazhan, all that good stuff. Banking had a friend who was also interested in my husband. A lot of people were interested in my husband back then. I won, of course. But she was this undead. And she was talking a big game. How she was super awesome. And she was the best PvPer on our server on the Horde side. And this has been after I had gotten the Knight Captain title and a lot of the gear. This was just before Burning Crusade, I think. When we actually started meeting all these other people, it kind of bleeds together. And so she's talking a big game. I'm like, I bet you I can beat you in a duel. She's like, oh yeah, come on. And of course, Banking at the time's like, you better be listening to her. She's not telling you everything. She's like, oh, come on, nobody can beat me, I'm the best. And I logged off. I logged off my horde. And I logged back in to my alliance, which was my warlock. And so here is this undead, thinking that she's going to run up. And she had flagged PvP because she was beating up some dwarf in the area. So I walk up. And I feel bad, but I smoked her. And I had gone into the titles and I'd removed the Knight Captain title from my bars. So she's like, I'm fighting her, and she's like, what the actual hell? And I'd been quiet. I was pretending that I wasn't there, right? I'm like, yeah, it's just gonna take me a second. I'm all the way out here. I'm flying in now. It's gonna take me a while to get there. And she's like, this warlock is kicking my ass. And I'm like, oh, she is she? And I'm like, oh, by the way, that's me. And Banking is just laughing his butt off. And it's like, dear, can you put your title back on? So I put my title back on. And she's like, that's not fair. So that was my day. That was my main vanilla experience. Was raiding, made a few new friends. I made a family. Really. I mean, a lot of people have that same story. So I had to share mine. Alright, we're gonna pick these gloves, because I want the gloves.
The only honest merchants are Gilnean
So,
merchant.
boop! Alright. And we have another quest from him.
Warm wishes to you.
He's deep in prayer. Hallelujah. Praise, praise, praise be to the light. Okay.
Anu Belore Delana.
Alright, damn dwarf, he's getting me into trouble with Fiona. Look at her! She doesn't even talk to me. I'm going to stay here and try to mend my friendship with our Worgen friend. Would you mind going and making sure Gidwin is alright?
We will have justice.
Yep. I can't wait till Classic. I've been going on about it for a while. It's gonna be great. But first, we're gonna head over to Northdale to make sure that silly little dwarf is okay. Another one. Not from Classic, so this is actually a little bit past. But I'm gonna be kind of doing a few shoutouts here. So, me and Banking and Dark Radiance, Mehebzi, and a few of his friends, because now we've now gone into this crazy meta where we've now left Terranath and behind. We now have Banking, but now my then friend, now husband, had moved in with a friend of a friend. So we have her son, we have her, we have the son's wife, are now all friends. I think actually they were part of the Guardians in Order Still too. It's kind of, again, things are my stories are bleeding together just a little bit. But we're in Karazhan, okay? We're in Karazhan. And there was also a gentleman named Bloodbrute, who was a orc hunter, he made me giggle. Okay, so we got the prayer book, but unfortunately we don't have Gideon, so let's head back to the place while I continue my story. We're waiting at Morose. Yeah, people are coming, everyone's like, okay, buff up, eat up, all the food buffs, potions, flasks, let's go. And it's like, okay, cool. Alright, Bloodbrute, are you ready? Yep, I'm ready. Alright, we're gonna start in, and you're gonna misdirect, you're gonna pull, and you're gonna misdirect to the tank. Yep, sure, no problem. Well, our lovely Bloodbrute actually decides to click on Dark Radiance. On purpose. And misdirects to the priest. Of course, nobody really notices it for an eighth of a second. Till this healer goes, squish! And my husband is like, what the heck is going on here? The entire TeamSpeak is erupting in laughter. It's like, okay, wait. Can we ask, Dark Radiance, what class are you playing again? I'm a priest. Yep. And where's the tank? Tank's over there. So Bloodroot, why did you misdirect to the healer? It's like, because it was funny. So we wipe, obviously, all giggling, and yeah. Now the reason why originally Bloodroot decided to misdirect to my healer, who deserved it, for lack of a better word, he deserved it. All right, his prayer book. Oh crap! What are we gonna do? This is my fault. I was ignoring his warnings, his complaints, and everything. I couldn't help myself. I saw those scourge just beyond the tower, and I had to go kill them. Argus says Gidwin has taken to the northwest. Hop in Fiona's caravan, and we're gonna head to the Northdale Tower. So let's go head to the Northdale Tower. So he deserved it, because the healer in our party, okay, liked to do damage. He was supposed to be healing, but he didn't. He didn't want to. Well, he wanted to, but he also wanted to have fun. So he was always getting in trouble. People kept dying because he's like, you know, Shadow Word Pain here, Shadow Pain. Like, it wasn't so bad. I know a lot of people are gonna be like, "Oh my God, the healer's not doing his job." Ah. Oh, I'm forgetting a lot of the words. Oh well. A paladin like Gidwin would make a fine death knight. Oh God. Any member of the Scourge powerful enough to defeat him would know that. Actually, that's pretty bad news. Oh gosh. Okay. Hopefully we find Gidwin. That'd be awkward. I'm like totally just going through. I want to tell all my stories. Trainer, you've made allies along the way, and besides, you're a skilled paladin in your own right. Me skilled? No. Gidwin was a good pally. He is the one who stayed up for hours every day practicing. Yet it was you who continually kept up with him without practice. I watched both of you fight. You have a natural talent, more than Gidwin will ever will. Perhaps that's why he left without you. What do you mean? Perhaps he felt you needed to prove that he was just as talented as you. This is all my fault. Okay, so hopefully we find this dude alive. So, the moral of the story is to kind of punish this healer for being a colossal douche nozzle. It was all in fun. You would see if, well, he would just, you know, misdirect the priest. Alright, we paladins are normally taught to exercise judgment and control whenever we are dealing with foes. But this is an emergency. I have never paid too much attention to my trainers anyhow. I'm going to head to the Plaguewood and find out what I can about Giddy. You deal with the Scourge just to the northeast on the other side of the tower. The undead don't fear death. If you beat them enough, their tongues might slip. And maybe we'll find Giddy. Okay. And we've got Dawn Shield here. Night Elf, please. I ask for help. Something has happened to my people. Our commander, Ranger Lord Hawkspear, came upon an item of magical energy, and my friends, my family, they have succumbed to the seductive power. They're corrupted. All of them. Please put them out of their misery. No problem. We also have a flight path here. Alright, we will never control the Eastern Plaguelands if we don't control Stratholme. Okay, so this is going to be a Stratholme quest.
Long life.
So we may or may not. I'm still debating if I want to do... I know I have like 4 levels left. Or 9 levels left. I don't know why I said 4. 9 levels left until the end of this. And I still haven't decided if I want to do dungeons yet. If you want to see dungeons, let me know down in the comments below. Depending on where we are by level 50. I want to say level 58, 56 to 58. Depending on where we are in the series, at that point, I might actually do a dungeon video. I'm still debating. So let me know what you all think, okay? I haven't actually told any PvP stories yet. So we got a PvP story. Looks like they're going to have too much to edit here. when I was coming up in the ranks in Warsong Gulch PvP, well, I was doing it with banking. He was a rogue, I was, well, my warlock. And he's actually a veteran. An actual real-life military veteran. So, his unique set of logistical skills came in handy. And he actually taught me how to PvP very well. The one thing he taught me, taught me how to be was bait. Because in Warsong Gulch, there's this big stump in the middle of the battlefield. And we would hide, or he would hide, invisible. Okay. And he would be behind me. And I would be just peeking out of this small bush that was right next to the stump. And we would wait for flag carriers, one way or another. So if Alliance flag carriers came down, we would just be picking on them, right? So they would see me and they would attack me. So what does my friend do? He saps them and starts, you know, screwing with them because it's funny. So I would be the bait. He would come up. He would rogue them. I would fear them. And it was just a great, great time. We also took part in those giant AV battles that lasted for days. And there were times where we would stalemate. You know, neither party could really cross the middle. So what he and I did, and it only worked occasionally because he was invisible and I was not, but we would actually circumvent. There was this little path you could run up toward Iceblood Graveyard. So we would start taking the flags and trying to back cap the horde so they would get stuck. That was always fun. And then of course you would see the High Warlord, what's his name? I wish I remembered that orc's name, but he was High Warlord. You know that man, the second he hit the field, run. So that's another small little tale. So we're killing skellies and undead things. We're trying to find information about our friend Giddy. I believe that Quelithian Lodge had high elves before Burning Crusade came out. But they weren't like wretched Burning Crusade. That's kind of new. They were just high elf somethings. I think. It's been a while. We'll find out! I keep saying that. So yeah. Oh, sorry. Keep seeing me push other buttons. Alright, so that quest is done, and that quest is done. So let's head back to the tower. I know, it's like literally right there. I can't get up.
I offer service with a smile.
Alright, he wasn't joking when he said that he didn't care about judgment and caution. He nearly took off that high elf's head as he ran into the Plaguewood. Looking for Gidwin. You should go after him.
Spread the good word, eh?
Greetings.
The Plague Tower, with recent unfortunate developments about Gidwin, it might not be wise for a man of my age to take the dangerous trip into the Plaguewood. This is fine. I can visit the Plaguewood Tower on my next trip around the loop. I do, however, have a delivery that needs to go to Judkins. You are younger than I am, stronger in combat. Will you do this delivery for me? Sure, no problem. And we're going to go over to this high elf.
What brings you here?
Don't feel sorry for me. Those were my friends you saw in the Quelithian Lodge. But they're already as good as everything's fine. Everything's good as dead. All right, so we're heading into the Plaguewood. We're actually once again coming the end to another area. Now, it has come to my attention that there are a few less quests in Classic than there are in BFA. So there might actually be areas that we didn't go to in this series that we will probably end up going to in the Classic series. I have seen many things in my day, Night Elf, peaks of Mount Hyjal, the oddities of Outlands, a wall of scourged shoulders proceeding into war. But I have never seen a bat so big, shockingly white as Duskwing. Okay. So we're going to obtain a patch of Duskwing's fur for this gentleman. And we're going to take a quick whoop over there. Come on, big guy. Let's boop some cooldowns here. Oh no, I've been silenced by this evil bat creature. Alright, so we have taken care of our bat situation. We got the fur of this bat. Should be a little bat buddy somewhere? I guess not. So we did that. Now we're gonna head over to the Plaguewood and help our friend. Okay, so this is the entry to the Plaguewood. Plaguewood was definitely a very difficult area to handle. This was a endgame zone where, for the most part, you were level 60 by the time you hit here, I think. There were elites out here. It was packed, undead everywhere. You actually find the servants' entrance in the Plaguewood as well to get into the back end of Stratholme. Which, that's the one you need the key for. Also, if you continue to follow this particular road, will actually lead you to Stratholme, which is the front entrance of the dungeon. Stratholme and Scholomance were my top favorite dungeons. Alright, here we are.
We will persevere.
I haven't found anything but brainless undead, and plenty of them. I'm just about ready to kill my way into Stratholme when you arrived. Obtain Guardians of Stratholme. The Baroness Anstar holds him. Here in Plaguewood. Plaguewood is a big place, but we need to find him, and we will find him. Immediately to our east and our west are a pair of necropole that flank the entrance to Stratholme. Inside them, you will find a pair of Death Knights, Rivendar's lieutenants. I doubt either would have any use for paladins as hostage. Kill these guys.
Hey there.
Oh, we're getting a few quests now. Don't let anyone tell you that the Scourge defeated. Look at this wood. Okay. You can't just kill the Scourge. They will come back. You must destroy the vile matter that makes up their being. And even then, they'll come back as specters. A few undead use up as much mass as lumbering abominations. Kill them and burn the bodies. You will find them all over Plaguewood. Never let your rage dissipate, Night Elf. Remember, these abominations are sewn together from the bodies of good people. Yeah, how's that for creepifying? The Defenders of Dourshire. The Battle of Dourshire was one of many tragedies that we humans suffered at the hands of the Scourge, and the effects still linger today. Many towns of the town's valiant defenders roam again as ghastly servants of the Scourge. We will end their misery. Hunt cannibal ghouls within the Plaguewood. Many of these were once the folk of Dourshire. Yep, that class kind of existed in Classic, I think. I've been collecting the skulls of skeletons I defeat. I have amassed a small pile of them. If you come across any skulls, you're welcome to add them to my pile. The huge pile of skulls seems to keep waves of undead at bay as well. And, well, it may also make me just happy. That's creepy! I mean, fine, but that's creepy! Alright, so we're going to go to these necropoles, which are the ziggurats. I just need to find a way up. Hey, big guy! My cat and I want to chat with you. Oh, we got a Baroness missive. His notes from Astrani describes a ritual about to happen at the Plaguewoods Central Slaughterhouse. That's where they're holding Gidwin.
I don't have a target.
Okay. Oop, I'm pushing the wrong button again. Alright, let's go get the other spot here. We're also going to go talk to Trainer again, since we just found info about our Giddy Gid. Search for Gidwin gold brands within the slaughterhouse.
Death to all who oppose us.
I'm not ready for that yet, sorry. But we'll get to that. I know the paladin's important, but I have a system. When I say system, I mean a way, you know. I'm just doing it my way. Whee. Upside. Yeah. Okay. Boop. Hey, bub. So let's go to the slaughterhouse, see about finding Gids. This is the slaughterhouse. The slaughterhouse, this is also a building that we made in Warcraft 3. This is how we made abominations. Talk about creepy-ass building. So we're going to go inside. Whoa, cutscene! Oh no! Oh, we're just gonna, like, slowly walk in. Alright. Oh god. Avengers assemble! Come along then. Where's my cat? Oh, my cat. Charge! Beat them all up! Yay! Can I print that screen? I don't know if I printed that screen.
How are ya?
You have no idea how happy I am to see you too. You're a sight for sore eyes. Thank God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. A journey's end. I've had just about enough of the funk of this place. The undead stink is bad enough. And then you add the mushrooms to the mix. I hate mushrooms. I'm going to head back to Lighthope Chapel. I'm taking Trainer and Fiona with me. I think we've all earned a well-deserved break. Sweet.
Watch your back. We will persevere.
Alright, we gotta keep moving. Let's fracking go. Cool. Alright, we've still got stuff to do. We're not done here in the Plaguelands. Where's the exit? Look at how happy everybody is. Woohoo! Where's the exit? Where's the exit? I know, on my map, there's like this little, like, bloop that shows you where the stairs are. But I was being dramatic, okay? It's a very exciting moment. Alright. We're gonna finish up here. We've got some skulls and some spirits to free. So, yeah. I'm gonna try to burn through this here. Here's the abominations. In previous episodes, I mentioned Stitches, the abomination that like to kill noobs and low-level players. That big thing, that's him. Except for Stitches was bigger, if you can imagine it. I think there is a Stitches quest in BFA Duskwood, but it's not nearly as crazy as it was in Classic. I love how, like, all these scourged buildings you actually built in Warcraft 3, which is kind of cool. I better not lose my burns. Because him burning my bodies is not fair. Stay away from him because he stole my stuff.
I need to get closer.
That probably will happen a lot. And it's kind of a complaint, kind of not a complaint. Where in Classic, especially with mob tagging problems, we are probably going to come across a lot of kill stealing. We're going to come across a lot of skin stealing. Or mine stealing. You get the idea. It's just part of the game. No big deal. Is what it is. Alright, we're going to have our skull quest done before we get all the rest of his stuff.
Too far away.
So it's slightly unfortunate, but maybe it'll shrink our blue glurp a bit. Alright, so we need 2 more big guys. And we need a few more spirits. Oh, I'm supposed to talk to them?
Have a target.
Have I not been talking to them? Hold on. Don't despawn, don't despawn. I probably could have had this quest done a while ago. I can't say much for what just happened, aside from the fact that it's me. And if we've watched me do other videos, I have messed up a few quests before. And they've taken me twice as long. Because I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing. Alright, so we need 1 more big guy. And a few more ghouls. Sweet. Alright. So we just need 1 more cannibal.
Have a target.
Can I help you?
Got a new belt, which is cool. Alright, to the south, gutless cultists are focused on a grim task, reanimating enormous hunks of flesh to create the giants known as corpse beasts. Lucky for us, these giants are lifeless and weak. Take this charm, destroy the husks of 3 corpse beasts. That sounds like a next episode problem. So for now, if you like this video, push the button that requires likes to be put up. Subscribe and ding that bell so you guys can keep up with the videos that I produce and give to you. And we will see you guys in the next episode. Bye.